In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most iconic animals on the planet, the lion. We see them everywhere as these powerful symbols of strength and courage, but what's really going on with these magnificent predators behind the scenes? Well, the hard truth is the so-called king is in serious trouble. I mean, look at this number. That's how many lions we think are left. In the entire world, it's shockingly low. Okay, so here's how we're going to break this all down. We'll start with their shocking decline. Then, we'll dive into their amazing social lives. After that, we'll look at how they survive day to day, and we'll wrap it all up with their lasting legacy. So yeah, how in the world did we get to a number that low? To understand that, we've got to look back at the history. Wow, just look at that drop over the last century. We're talking a plummet of over 90%. That's just staggering. So the big question is, what's causing this catastrophic decline? You know, you might think their biggest enemies are other predators out on the savannah, but nope, it's us. The biggest threats are all human-driven. We're talking about loss of their habitat, conflict with people over livestock, the horrible illegal wildlife trade, and even a decline in their natural food sources. Okay, so let's switch gears a bit and talk about how they actually live. When you picture a lion pride, what comes to mind? Probably one big male, the king, ruling over everyone, right? Well, the reality is way cooler and, honestly, a lot more complex than that. So here's the thing, it's not about one all-powerful king. Not at all. It's actually this incredibly sophisticated social structure where power is shared, and you might be surprised to hear it's really led by the females. Think of it like this. The lionesses, they're the heart and soul of the pride. They're related, sisters, cousins, and they are the permanent core. They're the main hunters, the ones making the big decisions. And the males? They're kind of like the hired security. Their job is to protect the territory, but their time with the pride is usually temporary. A few years maybe, before a stronger group of males comes along and takes over. Okay, so we have this really intricate social setup, but how do they actually make it work day to day in such a tough environment? Well, it all starts with the basics. Right, so we all know lions are big, carnivorous mammals. That's the textbook stuff. But what's really amazing is how their diet shows just how incredibly adaptable they are. Their main menu consists of big animals, right? Wild beast, zebra, buffalo, things they hunt together as a team. But they are not picky. They're total opportunists. They'll scavenge from other predators or even hunt smaller stuff like reptiles if they have to. And get this, in super dry places like the Kalahari, they can get most of the water they need just from the food they eat, or even from plants like the tama melon. How cool is that? Now, moving on from hunting, reproduction is, well, it's pretty intense, to say the least. I mean, just look at this number. When a lioness is receptive, a pair will mate every 20 to 30 minutes, with up to 50 copulations in a single day. Yeah, 50. After a gestation period of about 108 days, she'll give birth to a litter of 2 to 4 cubs. So, even with their numbers way down, lions still command a powerful presence in very specific parts of the world. Today, you're going to find almost all wild lions in Africa, south of the Sahara Desert, and as you can see, Tanzania is really the main stronghold for them. It's also worth noting that there's this one tiny, isolated population of about 680 Asiatic lions still hanging on in India's Gir forest, which is just incredible. And to wrap things up, here is some amazing facts that just make lions, well, lions. For instance, their roar can be heard from 5 miles away. 5 miles! They're also the only cats to live in these big social groups. And get this, lionesses often use the cover of storms to hunt more effectively. The wind and rain help mask their sound and scent. Plus, their tongues basically have sandpaper spines on them to scrape every last bit of meat off a bone. And finally, all those cute little cubs, they're born with spots that fade away as they get older. You know, the survival of the lion is about so much more than just one species. It's really about maintaining the health and balance of our planet's ecosystems. It leaves you with a big, sobering question. Will the lion's roar continue to echo across the savannah, or is it going to fade into silence? Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.